What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. You know, in the comics, rarely was a Marvel supervillain ever dead and gone when they were defeated for just the first time. Either they would go into lie in waiting, lick their wounds, and come back during their arch nemesis key storyline, or when their skill set was better matched against a different adversary, a different superhero in a different run, they would bring him back for there. Conversely, some of these supervillains, like Red Skull and Doctor Doom, some of the staples have been around forever and would keep showing up against new teams and the same superheroes throughout time. Now, it appears as though Marvel Cinematic Universe, although steeped in the realism that has made us love it so much, is attempting to do the same thing with a classic villain. We're going to break down the report which villain from Phase 1 is coming back, and I'm going to offer my thoughts about how he may feature in Phase 4 going forward. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including copies of Avengers Endgame and Blu-ray still through the end of this month. All you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. I'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So according to a new report breaking late last night from sources inside Marvel Studios that were recently able to nail most of the stuff that was leaked at D23, no matter how hard Captain Rogers tries, he just can't get rid of one Red Skull, and there's precedent for this. Red Skull has been lurking around the MCU since the beginning of its existence, both all the way back in the first Avenger and then most recently in Infinity War and Avengers Endgame hanging out on Vermeer. Either way, and according to this report, it appears as though Marvel Studios plans on bringing him back, and even though there's a couple ways they could do that, as I said in the prologue, according to Marvel comic books, some of these villains hang around to fight many different heroes and many different teams, Red Skull being one of them. But the most obvious choice is this new What If series, in which we already know we're going to travel back and get a one-to-one analog, one What If episode for all the movies that happened in the first 3 phases. Now, obviously, Red Skull was in a couple of those movies and could easily take part in these upcoming phases. It's also important to mention that even though we've seen some concept art and keyframes leaked from D23, we know Peggy will be taking the Super Soldier Serum and becoming Captain Britain, while Steve Rogers actually adorns an Iron Man suit made by Tony Stark's father Howard Stark that looks much closer to the Ironmonger. We haven't heard anything about the return of Red Skull as a part of this episode. It's also important to note that during the announcement of all of the character actors that were coming back for this next phase, you see a lot of the prominent ones in the main 6 Avengers and even a lot of the important supporting actors as well. Obviously no Robert Downey Jr., but neither of the actors who played Red Skull in the past, either Hugo Weaving or Russ Marquand, are here on the screen. Yeah, if you didn't know that, it was Hugo Weaving back in the earliest parts of the MCU, but for Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, it was Russ Marquand doing his best Red Skull impression. Either way, if they don't plan on bringing him back during this part of the MCU for the What If series, another huge way they could bring him back is if we ever have to travel back to Vermeer. Now, I know the Russos are clearly on record as saying that once the Soul Stone was gone and obtained by Ronan, that he was free to go. Red Skull was free to leave. The Soul Stone was obtained. The same thing happened when Thanos got it. He gets to leave, but we've also seen from them jumping around time and know what's coming up with the multiverse that he could still be stuck on Vermeer depending on when they decided to visit there, not if they decided to visit there. And if they do in the future, which I could see happening somewhere down the road, if they need another Infinity Stone, then Red Skull could easily be up there waiting for him. But outside of this, either an appearance in What If or back on Vermeer, it would be a little weird to include what is now the cosmic entity of Red Skull, the shellless ghost that he's become, somewhere in an adversarial role or as a supervillain role. It's hard to see him reconstituting himself, but hey, never say never when it comes to Marvel Comics. I just would find it odd, even more jarring than him appearing in Infinity War when no one saw that coming, for all of a sudden to have him as a major supervillain in Phase 4. Guys, let me know what you think about the return of any of these supervillains. Do you agree that in the comics they were never dead and gone for good? That's why you didn't see Hela's lifeless body. They could easily bring her back at any point they want. They've done that with a lot of these villains where you don't actually see their on-screen death. Let me know what you think in the comics about them bringing him back, and quickly let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 500,000 subscriber mark. We're headlong into that and should hit it by month's end or next. All you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the other prizes we're giving away, including copies of Avengers Endgame in Blu-ray and DVD. Again, all the same rules apply. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Guys, thanks for checking out the channel and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.